Hello, everyone. Our goal is to help you improve your English skills in various ways. In today's podcast episode, we'll engage you in an enjoyable conversation, and we'll also share inspirational stories of successful people and discuss the importance of never giving up. Get ready to enhance your listening skills and learn new English words and phrases.
Hey, Diana. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. How is your mother's health now?
Yeah, she is fine now, but how do you know about that?
As a good friend of yours, it's my responsibility to stay updated and show concern for the well-being of your family. You know I'm always here for you and your family, no matter what.
How sweet of you to say that, Diana. It means a lot to me and my family to have you in our lives.
I understand, but I'm feeling a bit upset about it. Why didn't you tell me?
I'm really sorry for that. I was worried for my mother's health.
What's the illness that she is dealing with?
It is pain-related. She has been suffering for many years.
So how many doctors has she consulted so far?
Till now, 3 doctors have treated her, but none of them were able to provide a long-term solution.
Oh, I see. You must be feeling really worried and frustrated about this. It's tough to see a loved one in pain and not be able to find a solution.
I can't shake off this feeling of helplessness and frustration.
No. Robinson, never give up. You have to keep trying.
I just hope we can find a way to ease her pain and bring some comfort to her.
I can recommend some doctors to you. I know a few good ones who might be able to help.
Sure, my mother has pain in the upper and back side.
I'll send you the list tonight. Don't worry. Hello, my friend. Now we are going to listen to some success stories. Hey, Robinson, do you know Elon Musk?
Yes, of course. Who doesn't know him? He is the richest man in the world.
Correct. He is inspirational for a new generation.
Yes, undoubtedly. Let's discuss his story.
Elon Musk was just a kid, but every school day was a nightmare. As he's described it, bullies hunted him down.
They were verbally, physically, and psychologically abusive. Eventually, they beat him so badly that Elon woke up in a hospital.
And his home life was no picnic either. While Elon has never divulged exactly what happened between him and his father,
Elon Musk is a person who never gives up.
he has faced many challenges but always keeps going. He started his first company when he was young and worked very hard to make it successful.
Even when things were tough, he never gave up. This determination has helped him to achieve amazing things, like starting companies such as SpaceX and Tesla. So now we have a wonderful story. Let's start.
A boy wished to be the owner of an airline company. He was in Standard 8th and was not good in his studies.
He thought that his friends would show him the papers and he would pass.
But none of his friends showed him the papers and he failed in exam. He attempted Standard 8th exams again but failed again.
He was thinking that he would stop studying and leave school. He sat on a farm and cried for 2 hours.
One boy came and said, "Nick, your father has been admitted to a hospital." Nick asked, "What happened to my father? Why is he in the hospital?"
The boy replied, "Your father had a double heart attack, so he is in the ICU ward."
"Please come fast." After 15 minutes, the doctor came and said, "Now your father has only 45 min. After that, he will die."
Nick started crying, and the doctor allowed him to meet his father for 10 minutes. He ran to his father and was crying continuously.
His father said, "My son, you appear for Standard 8th exams again and pass. It is my request."
Nick replied, "No, Dad, I will not study. I will leave school."
His father replied, "I was also like you. Then my father told me that in any situation, never give up in your life. Then I started to study and passed my standard 10th board exam with 75%.
Listening to this, Nick got inspired and said, "Dad, now I will study and will pass."
The last sentence of his father was, "Never give up in your life."
He was crying. After a few days, he started studying, and on the 3rd attempt, he passed his Standard 8th, he passed Standard 9th, and Standard 10th board exams. He got 99%.
He was very happy. His uncle was in the USA, and he helped Nick gain admission to higher college in the USA. He was happy, and his uncle gave him financial support.
After 20 years of struggle, he became the owner of an airline company, and all credit for his success goes to his father.
His father is now no more. Nick is so happy because he has achieved his aim, and now he is telling everyone that never give up in your life. So, Marco, let's start the story.
Yes, I am excited about the story.
Cool. I am excited too. So, we both are going to read the story.
Yes, that would be great.
So, our topic is never give up.
That's an interesting topic. Let's start now.
Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a boy named Sam. Sam always had a smile on his face and a sparkle in his eyes.
He believed in the power of hard work and determination.
One day, Sam decided to participate in a running competition. He had been practicing for weeks, but on the day of the race, he fell and hurt his knee.
Everyone thought he would give up, but Sam got up and continued running.
With each step, he felt the pain, but he didn't let it stop him. He kept going, never giving up.
Despite the pain, Sam crossed the finish line. He may not have won the race, but he won the hearts of everyone who witnessed his determination.
From that day on, Sam's story inspired everyone in the village to never give up, no matter how difficult things may seem.
As time passed, Sam's story spread beyond the village.
People from neighboring villages came to hear about the boy who never gave up. Sam became a symbol of hope and resilience.
One day, a traveler passing through the village heard about Sam's story.
The traveler was so inspired that he decided to write a book about Sam's journey. The book became widely popular, and soon Sam's story reached people from far and wide.
Inspired by Sam's story, a young girl named Maya decided to pursue her passion for painting.
She faced many challenges and rejections along the way, but she remembered Sam's story and never gave up.
Eventually, Maya's paintings gained recognition, and she became a renowned artist.
Sam's story continued to inspire many others, including a struggling entrepreneur, a student facing academic difficulties, and a single parent trying to make ends meet. Divulged. Divulged means to reveal or make known something that was previously secret or private. Example: the company refused to divulge any details about their upcoming product launch. In context, while Elon Musk has spoken publicly about his childhood, he has never divulged exactly what happened between him and his father, keeping those details private. Long-term. Long-term refers to something that lasts for an extended period of time, as opposed to being temporary or short-lived. Example: the company implemented a long-term strategy to ensure steady growth over the next decade. In context, 3 doctors have treated her, but none of them were able to provide a long-term solution, meaning that the treatments didn't offer lasting relief from her condition. Reluctant. Reluctant. Unwilling or hesitant to do something. She was reluctant to speak in front of the large audience. Evaluate. To assess or judge the value, quality, or importance of something. Example: the teacher will evaluate your performance in the project. Vulnerable. Vulnerable. Open to harm or attack, easily hurt or affected. Example: the small animal was vulnerable to predators in the wild. Impose. To force something to be accepted or put in place. Example: the government decided to impose new regulations on businesses.
If you found the video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. If you found the video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Let's start with a question. What's something you enjoy doing in your free time?
I like reading books.
Interesting. What kind of books do you usually read?
Mostly fiction, stories about adventures and mysteries.
adventures and mysteries. Do you have a favorite book?
Yes, it's The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien.
A classic. What do you like most about it?
The journey. I enjoy how the characters grow and face challenges.
That's a great observation. Have you ever thought about writing your own story?
I've thought about it, but I'm not sure I'd be good at it.
Why not? Writing is just expressing your thoughts. What would you write about if you tried?
Maybe a story about space. I like the idea of exploring other planets.
That's a fantastic idea. Space adventures can be really exciting. Would you make it realistic or more imaginative?
Definitely imaginative with aliens and advanced technology.
Sounds creative. Do you think reading helps improve your English skills?
Yes, especially vocabulary. I learn new words all the time.
That's true. What's the last new word you learned from a book?
I think it was labyrinth.
Great word. Do you remember how it was used in the story?
Yes, the characters had to find their way through a labyrinth to escape.
That's a perfect way to learn words by seeing them in context. Do you try to use new words in your own sentences?
Sometimes, but I forget them quickly.
That's normal. Have you tried writing them down or using them in a journal?
No, not really. Should I?
Absolutely. Writing them in sentences can help you remember. Would you like to try that as a habit?
I think I will. It sounds helpful.
It really is. So, what's the next book you're planning to read?
I'm not sure yet, but I'm thinking of trying a science fiction book.
That's a great choice. Do you want any recommendations?
Sure, I'd love that.
All right, let's talk more about your reading habits. How often do you read?
I try to read every day, but sometimes I skip if I'm too busy.
That's understandable. How long do you usually spend reading when you do?
Maybe 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how interesting the book is.
That's a good amount of time. Do you prefer reading during the day or at night?
At night, it helps me relax before going to sleep.
That's a great routine. Do you read in English or your native language?
Mostly in my native language, but I'm trying to read more in English.
That's a smart choice. What do you find challenging about reading in English?
Sometimes the vocabulary is difficult, or the sentences are really long.
Long sentences can be tricky. Do you pause to look up words you don't understand?
Sometimes, but it interrupts the flow of reading, so I try to guess the meaning.
That's actually a good strategy. Guessing the meaning helps improve comprehension. Do you ever reread a sentence to understand it better?
Yes, especially if it's important to the story.
That's a great habit. Do you also listen to audiobooks or podcasts in English?
Not much, but I've tried audiobooks. They're fun, but it's harder to follow sometimes.
That's true. Audiobooks require focus. Do you think listening helps with your pronunciation?
Definitely. I notice how words are pronounced and the intonation.
Excellent. Have you ever tried reading a book and listening to its audiobook at the same time?
No, I haven't. Is that helpful?
Very helpful. It reinforces both reading and listening skills. Would you like to try it?
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
Great. Let's switch topics slightly. Do you ever talk about the books you read with friends or family?
Not really. Most of my friends don't like reading.
That's too bad. Have you thought about joining a book club?
I didn't know there were book clubs around.
They're quite common, even online. You can join one to discuss books and share ideas.
That sounds interesting. How would I find one?
You could search online or ask at your local library. Would you like me to help you find one?
That would be nice. Thank you.
Of course. Speaking of discussions, how do you feel about writing reviews for the books you read?
I've never tried, but it could be fun.
Writing reviews helps you organize your thoughts. You can talk about what you liked and what you didn't.
I guess that would also improve my writing skills, right?
Exactly. You could even start a blog or a journal for your reviews.
A blog? I've never thought about that.
It's a great way to share your thoughts and practice English. Plus, other people might enjoy reading your reviews.
That's a cool idea. I might give it a try.
Wonderful. So, one last question. What's one book you'd recommend to someone who's just starting to read in English?
And maybe Charlotte's Web. It's simple but really touching.
That's an excellent choice. It's a beautiful story with great lessons. Why did you choose that one?
Because it's easy to follow and the story is memorable.
Perfect reason. You're clearly building great reading habits. I can't wait to hear about your next book adventure.